I was just listening to a sermon by Pastor Carter Conlon, who, like I've told you before, I'm in love with. He was just talking about the Holy Spirit and discernment and stuff, and I'll just tell you, discernment is so crucial because people don't have discernment today. They don't have discernment. They're listening to things that tickle their ears, and they're not able to separate. They get emotionally, oh, that's the truth, I ask God, is this the truth, Lord? You know what I mean? Is what this person telling me, is this the truth? Will you show it to me? If that is, will you reveal it to me? And, you test it, and, before you know it, the Holy Spirit sends little things that come up, or conversations, or stuff on Facebook, or YouTube, or wherever you're at, He'll get a hold of you. So, like, people get, fooled by Jonathan Kleck. People get fooled by the Torah movement. People get fooled by, it sounds good. It sounds good. Jonathan Kleck has some pretty cool stuff that he talks about, but discernment, if your house doesn't have a gate around it called discernment, anybody can get in, Anybody can get in. It's just a little twist, and boom, discernment. People can't even tell that he's a snake, People can't tell that Rob Skiba's a snake. They can't. Well, he sounds, yeah, you think the devil sounded like an idiot to her? They have a way with words. They're charismatic. They're, like myself, charming, handsome, eloquent. But discernment, and I tell people the Holy Spirit is the guard outside. When I hear something and it sounds a little weird, like the first time I heard the Sacred Name movement, I said, yeah, I don't know about that. I'll just tell you that right now. I'm eating popcorn and you're telling me this. I don't even like the way that sounds, but I'll look into it. You know what I mean? People don't have that. Stop. Well, it's just it's just a little twist. It's just a little twist. It's still Jesus. His name just isn't Jesus. It's still Him. It's still Him, but it's not. It's a different name. We even have a last name. It starts with a little twist. There wasn't a J. And if you don't have the discernment to go, well, how come it was just a letter J? Out of all the letters, just the letter J. That doesn't set off an alarm bell, and they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. That's the other thing that we're in the last days. They will flee from this information. Oh, I don't want to hear it. It messes up my whole shit that I'm teaching, my class, and, you're making too much sense. You know what I mean? You don't think Satan was going to get involved in God's flat earth? He hates Him. He's jealous of Him. He wants to be a movie star. He wants to be the star of the show. And he is right now. This is his time. He's ramping it up, he's ramping it up, so, just a little twist. There isn't a J, so, it's the same person. It's still this and that, and it's okay, yeah, but you're taking, you're kind of denying, Jesus Christ died on the cross. It's kind of a big deal. That's kind of the way you get into the gym. That's how you get your membership. You know what I mean? You have to show your card. No. No. If anybody ever tells you there's a different Jesus, like Paul says in the end, that they'll be preaching you, and there is no other Jesus, okay? That's an apostate religion. It will have a form of godliness. Well, bingo, the Torah, form of godliness for 200, Alex. Kaboom. It's not that it makes sense to people that hear it. You know what I mean? It makes sense to people that hear it, But people that have discernment are going to go, I don't know, man. I don't really like that. I don't like that because in my soul it don't feel right. I don't like the way that sits. I'm having problems with that. Like, there's some kind of, it's kind of confusing. Well, don't tell them that confusion is from where it's from the devil. Don't tell them that. They'll really lose their minds. But it just starts with a little twist, No, man, you gotta follow the law. Well, how about follow? Well, what would you died on the cross for? You know, here, you got all these pages to read. Don't worry about it. You know, you'll be too busy reading the pages to walk in the Spirit. You know what I mean? What would you need forgiveness for? You just follow the Torah, you know? It just starts with a little twist, you know, and the discernment, you know, you hear it and go, but before you know it, well, Jesus was a rabbi, you know, and rabbis all had kids at a certain age, and then if he had kids, he had to be married, and before you know it, you know that they took him off the cross before he died. Before you know it, he didn't rise again. That was all just witchcraft. It's pagan. That's their other thing they like to throw in. It's pagan. Not that there isn't a lot of stuff that the Catholics took from the Bible and made pagan, but you don't see them taking anything from the Torah. You don't see anything supernaturally happening to the Torah. Why is that? You know, you only see things happening with Jesus, okay, and God. That's how you know that the devil's game is strong, okay? That's how you should know if it's only Jesus' name that's changed, and it ain't Buddha had a different name at one time, and there wasn't a B and blah, blah, whatever. It's always Jesus. Oh, and then if the Lord's name is Baal, you know, and God, they've got all the bases covered to discredit Jesus Christ and God, and that's it. You know what I mean? So, but if you're not looking at it from that angle, if you're looking at it like, wow, man, that's some fucking weird shit, man. That's weird. You know, or no, and then they changed the Bible, and they did this, and they did that, and they took out all. Okay, well then why are you still using the Bible? Why are you still quoting the Bible all the time? You know, because they love to use the Bible when it comes to talking about giants, you know, or the flat earth. It's not, trust me, it's a good scam, okay? It's a good scam. You know, 600 years ago, there wasn't a J. 600 years ago, the earth was flat. You know what I mean? You ever think of that? You know, there wasn't a J, but there was Jesuits then? Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'll just tell you, you'll never get me. You know, and I know it might come down to this. I'm not happy about it, you know. You're not going to get me to do it. Just tell you that right now.